British Prime Minister David Cameron caused quite a firestorm when he made these comments about the failure of multiculturalism.
So when a white person holds objectionable views, racist views for instance, we rightly condemn them. But when equally unacceptable views or practices come from someone who isn't white, we've been too cautious, frankly even fearful, to stand up to them.
Well, the Prime Minister has since been called a racist for saying that multiculturalism breeds radical Islamists, but the President of France seems to be sharing his point of view. Joining us right now with more on this is columnist and author. He works for The Telegraph as well. His book, 365 Ways to Annoy a Liberal, is appropriate here. James Delingpole, thanks so much for joining us again.
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Good. James, first off, how is it resonating inside Britain?
I think mostly the speech has been received very well. There have been the predictable odd gripe from the left, but mainly people understand that this is something that needed saying for a very long time. I mean, multiculturalism really is a problem in Britain and throughout Europe. And I think what you have to understand about multiculturalism is it is not about people of all colours and creeds holding hands under a rainbow. It's the exact opposite. It is state-endorsed separatism. It's a bit like saying, how can we improve social cohesion in Britain? I know, let's put the Black Panthers in charge of local government and see what they decide. And what they say is, don't integrate, don't assimilate, with predictable consequences. We are now reaping the whirlwind. I
was amazed. You know, I 100% agree with you, but I'm shocked that Angela Merkel thinks the same thing in Germany. And then you have Nicolas Sarkozy echoing David Cameron again. Says you respect differences, but we can't have societies where communities live side by side. If you come to France, you have to agree to melt into a single community, a national community. Are they willing to put actions to their words?
Well, that'll be the big test, don't they? They can talk the talk. Will they walk the walk? There's a lot of cowardice in Europe, as you probably know, about the whole issue of multiculturalism, because it's all too easy for the left to start using words like racist or Islamophobe. And that, of course, is why the very word was devised. You know, multiculturalism, it sounds so nice and cozy. It sounds like a melting pot. It sounds multiracial. It's not the same thing, and we need to address this. We cannot go on encouraging people who wish to destroy us.
So are you saying, have you heard outrage from the political left? Have you heard outrage from minority communities, or both?
They're playing a very careful game. There are, you know, a few predictable minority communities saying that this is Islamophobic. I noticed that the Iranian government or the Iranian newspapers are saying that this is Islamophobic. There's a few opportunist liberal left MPs who are saying the same thing. So far, the Labour opposition is keeping mum.
Right. I mean, just be pride in the country you're immigrating to. It just seems logical, but it doesn't seem to be prevalent. James Delingpole, hopefully things will begin to change. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great weekend.
Thanks a lot.
All right.